insanity. This was the most, you know what I'm saying, voted on my poll. So, you know what I'm saying, y'all make sure I give you a thumbs up. Let's go ahead and get into it, man.
This woman is in the midst of robbing a bank at gunpoint, but she's not your average seasoned criminal. She's actually a 74-year-old grandmother. Her name is Ann Myers, and she's from Ohio. Up until April of 2024, she had absolutely no criminal record and was pretty much just your typical upstanding senior citizen. Unfortunately, she ended up falling victim to an online scam and losing her entire life savings. On top of that, she owed debts to her sister and a friend, all of which totaled around $70,000. That's what drove her to the edge and caused her to take drastic measures. Looks innocent at first, but in her other hand, she's concealing a gun, and when she reaches the teller's desk, she pulls it out and demands money from the teller. The teller immediately responds by pulling the cash out of her register and calmly handing it over. After taking the money, Anne heads to the next desk and repeats the same thing once more, before exiting the bank just $500 richer, barely putting a dent in her losses. This would end up in one of the most ridiculous arrests in police history.
Man, do you have any weapons on you?
Lord, no.
To make matters worse, she'd left behind a litany of evidence. This very security camera footage obviously played a huge part. Many witnesses were able to provide information, and she even discarded various items of clothing out of her car window as she drove away. She even replaced her car's license plate and other identifiable cosmetics, but all this did was prove that her actions were planned and premeditated.
If I hit a bank, it gonna at least be for 100,000 or more, 200,000 or more, really. No cap, not no 500,000. No bullshit, bro.
The cops tracked Ann down later that day, they wouldn't have a hard time getting her in cuffs. But first, they had to get through Ann's sister Margaret, a clearly hardened individual that the cops had to invoke heavy caution in dealing with.
Oh my God. Somebody's here?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Hands, I'm sorry. You said hands.
Please, ma'am.
Hands, I'm sorry.
We're
trying to make sure she don't get...
For a second. Okay.
You got that down? Sweating?
I'll tell you what. That's good enough.
Okay.
If I'm just going to take the flat of my hand
Yeah, go right ahead, darling.
and just...
What did I do?
Well, that's what we're trying to find out what's going on here.
No, in reality, Margaret is just as you'd expect any Ohioan grandma to be. And when the cops get their first view of Ann, it seems she's no different. Well, aside from being a bank robber.
Ma'am, come here.
And she was in the house and she just came out. We're shoveling sand. Oh my God.
Right, now they
Can
have...
you go over there by those officers for me, please, ma'am?
Me or her? And?
I want you, please, ma'am, if you could.
She can't hear. I don't hear well. I can't hear over here. Here.
Okay. Ma'am, do you have any weapons on you?
Lord, no.
Okay.
What did we do?
Okay. Yeah, I want you over there for me, please. Thank you. Thank you so very much, ma'am.
My car's locked.
That's okay. Stand up for a second, okay? Yes, ma'am.
Inside the car, the officers would spot a handgun, one that they'd later find out was the same one she used in the robbery just hours earlier. The officers then start to talk amongst themselves to try and figure out if they really do have the right suspect. As difficult as it is to believe, Ann meets the description they were given by the employees. So, as strange as it may seem to them, the officers decide to arrest the 74-year-old grandma for bank robbery.
74 is crazy.
All right, so real quick, ma'am. This is Detective Rory Dutra, Officer Robinson. We want to talk to you about an issue that happened today.
Okay.
At this point in time, though, I'm going to take you into custody. If you can please surrender, put your hands behind your back for me, okay? Just like you're praying. Are there any guns in the house, ma'am? I'll explain this here in 1 minute. Okay, I promise. Just give me a minute, okay? Is Was that too tight on you, ma'am? Okay, I will make sure you're okay. And I promise you we'll get everything situated here in 1 minute, okay? I promise.
Is there anyone else in the house? Is anyone else in the house? No.
Okay. Are there any dogs or pets or anything like that in there? We don't want them getting out or anything, okay? All right.
Anne is completely cooperative and only asks a couple questions as the officer leads her down the street, past her very shocked neighbors, and to the patrol car.
So we're going to wait. We're taking you to the police department so people won't talk to you, okay? And that way we can explain everything and go that way. I just don't want to step on their toes, okay?
All right.
Well, is this going to be okay on you? Is that all right?
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay.
I got popsicles.
All right. You're supposed to be careful. And I know you're not going to try to run friendly, but you know what? I'm clumsy, and sometimes I have a hard time.
Do I look like I could run?
No, I'm saying I know you're not, but I'm just holding on to you because I'm just holding, man. All right, so we're going to go ahead and unlock my back door for me. Yeah, it's all good.
However, inside the patrol vehicle is where the conversation starts to get a little more direct. The officers have been nothing but nice to Anne, and it seems as though that's put them in good favor with her. Good enough to openly confess without so much as a stutter.
Okay, this is just so I can address you by your name and everything else, okay? All right.
I did whatever you're here for.
I'm sorry?
I did whatever.
Okay.
My sister knows nothing about it.
Okay.
She knows absolutely nothing. She's in.
Okay, great.
She's in.
Well, that's a confession. You don't need no lawyer at that point. You know they got you.
Levi is at 15:05 hours, subject in custody, openly admitted that she knew why we were here, and it was the armed robbery.
After confessing to the officer, Ann Myers was booked into jail and charged with aggravated robbery with a firearm and tampering with evidence. Due to how serious of a crime this technically was, her bond was set at $10,000, and she could be looking at a sentence of anything from 3 to 14 years in jail, as well as a fine of up to $30,000. But this next grandma didn't just pull a gun. She used hers to escape a traffic stop after threatening a state trooper.
She got a gun! Gun!
Hey,
Gun!
one thing I realized when dealing with the police in life, boy, don't fuck with them state troopers. You can fuck with the police now. I not saying like that, but the police gonna do your ass in. But I'm just saying, don't fuck with the state troopers. My first time being arrested, bro, I got arrested by 3 state troopers, bro. And I was debating on the running, so they had to make sure they, you know what I'm saying.
Late at night, on the 6th of November, 2021, a state trooper pulled over 71-year-old Jean Hansen. She noticed Jean's vehicle driving suspiciously by suddenly pulling out in front of other vehicles and attempting to make a large U-turn across traffic. Now, at first, Jean cooperates with the officer and pulls over, but quickly the officer will start to see strange behavior and many red flags. But she would never have expected what was to come.
There's an ER with a gunshot wound to his leg.
What are you doing?
You're trying to find where right now.
Out of where?
Out of here.
Okay, this is a one-way.
This is a one-way?
Do you have your driver's license on you? Do you have your driver's license?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on out here. Where are you going? Where are you trying to go tonight?
Hardee's?
To Hardee's?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you were about to turn on me as you know what I mean? Like you're going to go the wrong way because you probably were trying to cross over there.
Right.
Yeah. And then when you came over here, you're driving down 2 lanes, down the skip stripe.
Yeah,
And the other driver is kind of like, what are you doing? And then you pull over in the construction area.
Yeah, the construction area was perplexing.
Jean still seems confused and a bit disoriented. At first, Jean seems willing to follow the officer's instructions, but quickly she starts to get upset, and after each piece of bad news the officer delivers, things will start to spiral further and further out of control.
Okay, alright, can you come over here for a second? Yeah. Do you have anything on you? Anything sharp? Any weapons or anything? No. Where are you coming from tonight?
Minneapolis?
Minneapolis? Is that where you live, or? Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought I felt a wallet or something.
Yeah.
Do you mind having a seat in my back car?
Well, I don't have a seat in your back car.
So, this is the deal. I just ran this license plate and something came back, so I gotta figure it out. So I'm just gonna put you back here until I can figure it out, okay?
Can I shut my...
I will take... Well, we're not going... No, we're not gonna go anywhere yet. Let's just stay here and we're just gonna figure out what's going on, and then
Why did they run my license plate?
I ran it when I made a traffic stop, so... Let's just go sit here back here for right now. Okay? No. I don't want you to go back in the car, okay? Ma'am.
don't let her get back in the car.
Ma'am, I don't want you
They need to fire her ass.
Ma'am, you're not allowed to come in here.
Fire.
No, stay out of the car.
Fire.
Stay, ma'am, do not get in that car.
You can't pull that
Don't.
Bro, she need to be fired. I'm sorry. She need to be fired. She need to be fired, bro. Simple. Yeah. What you doing, bro? You can't get all that out the car. Come on, look at this, man. Hey, yank her ass out the car.
No!
If it was a black man.
Don't! No! She got a gun! Gun!
You ain't gonna shoot.
Gun! She just pointed a gun at me, took off, charging. I got a same call officer with me.
And she pointed the gun
The
at
reason
you.
Jean acted out like this was because she was on provisional discharge and had an active arrest warrant. The warrant was issued due to an earlier incident where she was committed as a mentally ill person following an assault charge. However, there really wasn't much more the officer could have done here.
Who's
It's hard to
anybody else?
expect a 71-year-old woman to be this non-compliant and this violent. In this situation, reaching for her own weapon could have spelled the end of this story for the officer. At least now she'll be able to call for backup and attempt to chase Jean down and pull her over while being much more prepared.
Negative, I don't see where she went. I don't know, they're trying to look on camera. She had a warrant.
She went north on Hamlin. I don't know if she went back on.
If it was me, I would have got gunned down. Hey,
I got in my car right away. I think she went north of.
make sure y'all go check out my new video. We will get the Kodak over there on my new channel, bro. It's gonna be in the description down below. Make sure y'all go watch that. You feel me? Make sure y'all go watch that.
Hamlin.
And make sure y'all
Eventually,
subscribe to both
officers were able
channels.
to track her down on a bridge over the I-94 highway a few miles away. She was standing on the side of a bridge, drinking from the bottle of tequila, and still grasping at the handgun she'd now tucked into her waistband. Officers called in a SWAT team, and they were eventually able to safely get her down from the bridge and into custody. This was when they found out that her gun was fake and made out of tinfoil and duct tape. Back at the station, she was charged with driving under the influence, fleeing an officer, and threatening violence. However, she ended up only being hit with a probation after a plea deal dismissed her fleeing and DUI charges.
The DA gave her that. They already, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It ain't when you get in trouble, bro. You ain't gotta kiss ass to the judge. You ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you can kiss. I mean, you gotta still respect the judge, regardless. You know what I'm saying? But the DAs is to really, you know what I'm saying? Like, DAs come in clutch some of the time. Like, for me, you know what I'm saying? Me going and being in and out of court so many times, bro. The DA come in handy. Like, they good people. You know what I'm saying? Like, they either they'll drop some charges or they'll, you know what I'm saying, get you on probation sometime here and now for a couple years. Like, I've been on probation for like 4 years at one time. 2, you know what I'm saying? No, actually 3, I'm tripping. But yeah.
But these next
They
cops
definitely
weren't
come
so
in clutch,
lucky,
bro.
as the gun they were faced with was
I had
very
to
much
pay $80,000 back. Imagine. No, I had to pay $500 and then turn around and pay
This woman is
$8,000.
51-year-old Suzanne Laprise, and in October of 2023,
Life was hard, boy. And I was still doing YouTube videos. Y'all didn't even know that. Nigga, I was still doing YouTube. Y'all go back and look at my old videos. Nigga, I was still doing videos. Man.
the police
Not good.
station in Bristol, Connecticut, while armed with a handgun, and began to open fire. She started by walking into the lobby and hammering on the glass to the front desk, yelling.
This got to be the most stupidest shit I ever seen in my life. You can tell who played video games, who not. If you go in the police station with a gun, not even on the game, you're dead. That's the most dumbest thing you could do ever. I mean, for real, like, dead ass. Like, the most dumbest thing you can do. Like, no, for real.
Someone to come out.
Gotta be in my
Eventually,
top
she
5
graduated
dumbest
from
things.
using her fist to hit the glass to her gun, flailing it around wildly, seeming to get someone's attention. Then, with almost no hesitation, she walks over to this door and fires a shot at the glass. After that,
What?
she fires at the front desk glass too. It seems as though she's got absolutely no idea what she's doing, and it's a miracle that nobody was around to get hurt. However, the second the gun was spotted by surveillance cameras, police behind the scenes rushed into action and were waiting for the right moment to make their move. Luckily, they wouldn't have to wait for long, as all of a sudden, Suzanne backed away from the front desk to seemingly take a break, and as though she's forgotten where she is, she takes out a cigarette and starts to smoke it, giving the cops the perfect signal to take out the threat.
And she smoking. I done seen the female smoke in the courtroom.
That's one right here, right?
No, for real, bro. I see an old lady smoke. Like a Newport up in a courtroom. Me and my granddaddy, God bless the dead, man. My granddaddy said, I let a goddamn fool. Oh, God. Man, I miss my grandpa, man. R.I.P., man.
Okay, she just went to the right.
I have a gun in her hand right now.
Right. Hey, go.
Oh, yeah, that's the mob, her ass. Oh, yeah. Go away, buddy. Ra, 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 ra. Shit like this, you can't just get out of, not gonna lie.
Another angle from the surveillance cameras shows how quickly officers rush in from two different doors to take her down without her even having a chance to react. Luckily, at the time when Suzanne marched into the station and started shooting, all the officers had been standing behind bulletproof glass, which Suzanne wasn't able to penetrate. She was arrested and taken into custody and has now been charged with attempted murder, reckless endangerment, and breach of peace. She is being held on a $1 million bond.
She ain't getting out. Sorry to tell y'all that, but hey, I don't think that's even a surprise there. That's going to be one of the most stupidest things you could ever do in the history of humanity. Also with the first lady. For real. Second lady too, though, but she, you know what I'm saying, it's I ain't going to say it's validated. It's never validated because she was at her right state of mind. So, the first two and the last, this one, most dumbest criminals. He should have put this on most dumbest criminals. And I've been seeing Dr. Insanity, bro. Hey, look. Those don't know, you know what I'm saying, technical difficulties. So, you feel me? When we start back doing 20 plus videos regularly, I'm gonna need for y'all to subscribe, man. For real. And subscribe to my second channel if y'all haven't already. That being said, see you when I see y'all. Love y'all, niggas. Let's ride, man.